Positive news for the New York Giants. Running back Saquon Barkley back on track to be ready for the start of the season. That according to ESPN. Barkley tore his ACL all the way back in week 2 of the 2020 season. Of course, he won NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year back in 2018, finished his sophomore campaign as the only running back in Giants history to have 1,000 yards, rushing yards, in his first 2 seasons. He did deal with an injury, though, for part of that season as well. Taking a look at the top 12 overall rankings according to Jamey Eisenberg. And yes, this is a PPR. You see Saquon Barkley there, a healthy Saquon Barkley, crossing our fingers at number 5. All right, let's welcome in Jamey Eisenberg. So we saw the list there. We saw Saquon Barkley at 5. I do want to know, though, I mean, given the injury last season, he had the injury before that. Are you all in on him or are you a little hesitant?
I'm all in, Amanda. You look at what he's, shown you in his track record. As long as he's healthy, I think he's got the chance to be a monster. I don't know if we're going to get the rookie performance that we got from Saquon Barkley in 2018, but you hope you get that finishing kick that we saw in 2019 when he came back from the ankle injury. So there's still a lot of moving parts here. Obviously, the Giants adding pieces, Kenny Golladay being the biggest one coming in as a free agent, but we'll see what they do in the draft. Offensive line has to play better. He's got to prove that he can play with Daniel Jones and put up productive stats because his best season has come with Eli Manning. But as long as they throw him the ball, I'm confident in his rushing ability, and he's just shown you that he could be such a difference maker and the type of running back that we look for in fantasy because the competition, not exactly something you have to worry about. They bring in Devontae Booker. He's not going to be the type of guy that makes you fear drafting Saquon Barkley. At least what it stands right now, their depth chart. Saquon Barkley should be a dominant workhorse.
All right, not too much competition there. You did mention Kenny Golladay, 4 years, $72 million. So what impact does that have on him and the rest of this Giants offense?
I mean, you got to hope that the passing game opens things up because, you've seen it the last couple of seasons. There's been guys that have come in and out of the lineup. They had some success with Darius Slayton 2 years ago. Didn't follow it up last year. Sterling Shepard's had a hard time staying healthy each of the last 2 seasons. Golden State's been a failure for them. Evan Ingram can't hold on to the ball. They did add a good blocking tight end, Kyle Rudolph. So if he gets to play a little bit more and maybe puts Ingram on the sidelines, that should help the offensive line, help the blocking for Saquon Barkley. So we're looking at a guy that has 50 catch potential. We're looking at a guy that has 2,000 total yard potential, as he showed us as a rookie. So that's why you're drafting him at the top of most fantasy leagues, most fantasy drafts, because you're hoping for that rookie campaign. But at least 80% of that, which I do think is realistic, would put him as a top 5 running back once again.
Jamey, the Giants offense still to be determined in a lot of ways. Of course, heading into the draft, Ryan Wilson's latest mock has them taking Alabama wide receiver, Heisman winner Devontae Smith there at 11, also a tight end at 76, and Tommy Trimble out of New York. Do you think this is the direction we're going to see the Giants go when it comes to the draft, really with offensive weapons?
I think they would love to get Devontae Smith. They get their hands on him. The tight end would be an interesting position for them to acquire just because, again, still having Ingram, adding Kyle Rudolph, if they are looking for the future because Ingram probably is not in their long-term plans, that makes some sense down the road. But you have to kind of follow the track record of some of the successful offensives that we've seen. What did Josh Allen get with the Bills? He got a wide receiver in Stephon Diggs. The year before that, he got 2 guys with John Brown and Cole Beasley. What did the Arizona Cardinals do with Kyler Murray? They bring in DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green. So when you have a young quarterback and you're going to build around that guy, you got to give him some weapons. And so the Giants are doing the right thing. And so when you look at it, the running back is sound now that Saquon Barkley is cleared to play. The wide receiver core is taking shape with Kenny Golladay coming in, still having Shepard and Darius Slayton for now, and then maybe adding a Devontae Smith. It's a fun offense if all those things come into play. So you want to see Daniel Jones take the next step, and that's the biggest key. Can Daniel Jones take the next step? And then we'll see if the Giants can follow suit. And obviously the fantasy production will come from those skill players.
All right, regardless, Jamey Eisenberg all in on Saquon Barkley, again on track to be ready to go for the start of the season. Jamey, thank you.
You got it.
You can hear much more from our good friend Jamey Eisenberg on his podcast, Fantasy Football Today. Of course, we're gearing up for the draft. We'll have a good idea of what teams look like after that. Make sure to download and follow.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.